attempt to show y'all today is what we call here in Tennessee one line driving. I think in some other places it's referred to as jerk line. This is our one line that we drive with, and I want to briefly explain how the harness is set up first. This is 1.5 inches wide leather drive line, and it's really just a lot longer than I need it to be, so I've got it rolled up here. Anyway, on the back part of her harness we'll have a ring that it'll go through to carry it for later. I'm not going to use it right now because I've just started her to this. So we come up here, as we come forward, we've got a long spreader hooked in her hame ring, and what this does basically, whoa, this, whenever it's being used, it is in a fairly straight line down the side of her body, whoa, whoa, up to her bit. And come on around here on the other side. Whoa. Come around here where you can see. And then on this side, this right here is what we call a G-string. And what this G-string does is whoa, Ruth. I've got it tied back to her hames. It comes up and connects to her right side bit ring, hence the word G. And depending on how tight or how loose this string or chain needs to be, well, it depends on several different things. The main thing is if she's walking too fast, you tighten her up a little bit. That holds a little pressure on the right bit ring. Then you can hold a little pressure on the one line. It slows her down and keeps her walking steady. If she don't mind the jerk line too good, and they won't do it in the beginning usually, she picked it up pretty quick. She's my 2-year-old filly that I just started. She's picked it up real good. Of course, now she already knows whoa, and whoa is very important. They need to know whoa in order to work under one line. But the G-string, you know, of course, when she pulls, her collar is going to set back on her shoulder. Well, when her collar sets back, that's going to tighten up that G-string. See, right now it's kind of loose. And you'd say, well, that might not work. Well, that's true, but when she steps off with a load, that collar is going to go back on her shoulder, and that G-string is going to tighten up, and it's going to hold her head straight forward. And then I'm going to have her on the left side with the single line, and that's going to hold her head to the left, hence it's going to hold her back. If she goes to walking too fast, you might take her up a couple lengths. On the other side of that is when she goes to getting wore down and tired, and you can tell she's holding her head over to the right a lot. Well, then you got this too short, and you need to let it out some and give her head, so to speak. You can come back around here. Now, the way this works, and when I'm first starting them to one line, I like working them single. Whoa. And I like to be right along in here around her belly or back toward her flank. I don't like to get, whoa. I don't want to get too far forward, because getting way up here is dangerous. You get in front of them. Too far back, and it just don't seem to have, to me, you don't seem to have the same kind of response in the beginning as you get if you stand, whoa, right along in this area where her ribs is and her flank. Because you can stand and get the line right down beside her. The way she goes to the right, or G, is you just kind of, see, watch this right here, G, Ruth, G, whoop, whoop, G, 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 whoop, G, 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 whoa. Now see, what happens whenever you go G, whenever you just kind of, you ain't really got a jerk on it, you just kind of flip it like that. See, whoop. Now some people says, oh, she's working by your voice. Whoa. Says she's working by your voice, and she's moving around a lot because I'm talking. She's used to me speaking to her only. Some people say, well, she's only working your voice. She's not paying attention to what that line is doing. Well, watch this. Whoop. Whoa. Whoop. whoa. Now normally I would say G and haul. Normally, whoa. Normally I would, and this maneuver, whoa, now, whoa. This whole deal with this one line, it further teaches the mule or the horse to pay you more attention. Whoa. And I'm gonna demonstrate to y'all, maybe next week, she should be ready by, whoa. By then she should be ready to start working without lines. And that's gonna be a whole different series I'll do next week. She'll be able to work with no lines at all. This is part of it for me. And I like, whoa, I like mine to work to one line. It just further makes them pay more attention to what they're doing. So see, I can control her, a steady pull. Now watch, steady pull, off, off. A steady pull, she goes haw. Now just a little pop, see, little pop, yeet, yeet, whoop, 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 yeet, 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 root, yeet, yeet, whoa. Now see, a little pop, she goes to the right, or G. And that's how this one line works. Now after she gets a little, whoa, after she gets more broke to it, I'll run my line through this back ring, whoa, whoa. I'll run my line through this back ring, and then I've got, see all this line I have? See, I've got plenty of line to stand way back. And then I can drive her, we're gonna be doing some logging here soon, and I can stand way back out of the way from my log. So it really helps on getting you away from the danger element. You know, you can work over here like this, and you're out of the way. You know, or if you want to get up here real close. Now, some people want to know how I get her to back. And really, that goes by voice. There's no way to use this one line and get her to back. However, she will start backing on my command, and I can almost pull on that single tree and get her to back right now. But until then, this is what I do. I grab her over check right here, and I just say, back, 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 back. Whoa. Now, until she learns my voice, and we're working on the one line, that's what I'll do to get her to back. So hopefully, this shows y'all setup. Remember, 1.5 inch wide leather line. It's very important to get a good heavy grade leather line. And the reason why is because watch how it goes when it goes to that bit. See how just that little bit of movement, it goes all the way to the bit, it carries through. Whoa, whoa. When you move it, when you give it a pop like that, it goes all the way up to her bit. Now you couldn't do that with a biothane line because it's too light. Or if you had a little 1/2 inch or 3/4 line, it wouldn't work too good. Get you a big 1.5 inch or 2 inch leather line, and whenever you flick it, that's all it'll take is a little flick, a little pop of your wrist, and she'll immediately go to the right. It has nothing to do with my voice. Remember, I've already showed y'all, this is just another way to drive. And if you got a horse that knows whoa, it takes you about 10 or 15 minutes to get them where they'll drive to one line. This is real super easy. And once you learn it, and once the animals learn it, it becomes a very, very enjoyable way to drive. Some people say, well, why should I teach my horses how to drive under one line? Well, why not? You know, why not? It's just something else they know. Plus, for me, it makes my animals pay me more attention. Because whenever I say, G, she's gonna mind me, because she knows if she don't, the next thing she's gonna get is a little pop. So it teaches her to pay a little more attention. Now this is a 2-year-old coming 3. We started her, she's had about 30 days of work. We didn't do a whole lot of groundwork with her other than just in the barn, just handling her, stuff like that. Y'all saw the first video of her hooked, and this is how we broke her. And some people may spend more time in a round pen and spend more time working on the ground. I choose to do my groundwork while I'm working them. While we're taking a break, I choose to fan them left and right. After she's learned to pull, she's been pulling this hay bale. This hay bale is 900 pounds. It's a little more than half her weight, but roughly half. She's probably 1,400 pounds now. But the older ways of doing things do work, and that's what I want to show y'all now. Everybody might not can do it my way, and that's fine. I mean, 4 plus 1 is 5, but so is 3 plus 2. There's always more than one way. I did want to show y'all, however, how this one line works, and I'll be glad to answer anybody's questions. We're going to try to make some more video clips of her actual driving and what that looks like too, and also some adjustments to make when she's walking too fast or if she's not responding to it. Because see, when you pop that line, what it does is she tends to pick her head up. Well, when she picks her head up a little, it pulls on that right hand G-string and it pulls her head to the right. Well, if you don't have it tight enough and you pop the line, she'll pick her head up, but the G-string won't pull her. See what I'm saying? The G-string won't pull her around. So you may have to tighten it up to get the desired results you want. And in the very beginning, you might have to pop it pretty hard and pretty rapid to get her to turning. But once she figures it out, it takes less and less line movement. And if you use your voice while you're doing it, it takes less and less line movement and more just of a voice. All you have to do is just say G little and she'll go to turning. And then pretty soon she'll know more about it than we do.
Whoop. Ha 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 ha. Whoop. And jeep 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 jeep. So you just flick that line whenever she don't listen. Whoa. Whoop. Jeep jeep jeep. Whoop whoop. Jeep G G. Whoop. G G G. Jeep jeep. Whoa. So see, I do have positive control. Some people may say I don't, but I do. You can make them do more than you think you can with that one line. Whenever you flick that wrist and that wave goes up to her bit, it gets her attention. Now G ha 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 whoop. Ha, now I just wanted a side pass. Ha whoop. Ha 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 whoop. So I throw a whoop in there every once in a while, makes her stop. Whoop, ha, 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 ha. And I remind her with the line. If she don't do what I ask, I remind her. Whoa, ha. Now pretty soon she's gonna get to where I won't have to remind her with the line. Maybe in the next week or so, I'll be able to show y'all her driving with none. Stand up a little, Ruth. Ruth, stand up a little. Whoop, whoop, whoa, whoa, whoa. Back, 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 back. Chain come loose. Whoa. And that's all right. That happens. See how I got her to back like that? I just pulled on my chain and got her to back up. Now sometimes that works real good, and then sometimes it don't.
See, now she's whoa. Now she's walking a little slower than I want her to walk. And if I let off on her to let her go faster, her head is pulled out to the right a little bit. And that's because I got her G-string a little tighter than it needs to be. I'm not having to hold pressure on her now because she's getting tireder. So what I'll do, come out here and I'll show you. See, I've got her G-string clipped back here. Now, I'm gonna count 3 lengths forward and re-snap it. And what that's gonna do is give her a little bit more line. And in turn, what that'll do is that'll let her walk a little faster. Whoa. Come on. Lift. See, I'm not holding no line pressure on her. See how her head is straight? See, she's walking a little faster now. Same thing as giving her more slack when you got lines in your hand. Whoa. Maybe that make a little more sense to you on how we adjust the G-string. When you start out and they're fresh, you got to keep a little tighter. But as they get wore down, you got to let it out a little bit. And the way you know when you need to let it out is, like I said, you'll let off the drive line a little bit to get her to walk on, and she'll be kind of walking with her head stuck out to the right. But you don't want that. So then you know the G-string is a little too tight, because she'll be pulling to the right all the time. You don't want that. You want her to walk straight. So you loosen that G-string up a little bit. That lets her walk on, and it lets her walk with her head straight. You accomplish two things at one time. Now in the beginning, like I said, it'll need to be tighter for a couple reasons. One, to make her walk slow. Two, so you can have positive control that whenever you snap, when you snap that line and it goes up to her bit and she throws her head up, that G-string catches her head and pulls her over. Sometimes they may not pay you no attention. If they ain't paying you no attention, you need to tighten the G-string up, and then when you pop that line, she throws her head up a little bit, she'll pull that G-string, it throws her head up, pulls her head to the right, she'll go swinging to the right. And then pretty soon you won't have to pop that line no more. All you'll have to do is just go G like that, and she'll immediately go swinging to the right.